Okay, we're in my car here and trying to get on camera. It's 53 degrees out, right? So what does that have to do with anything? I'm doing a video about something to do with Toyota unintended acceleration. You know, the sudden stuff, Lexus, Toyota. Now there's a couple others out there that they're saying are having unintended acceleration problems. I'm going to do it with my lawnmower. They sound pretty nuts, but around the time I had first heard about this stuff, my dad had an accident with his car. He had a Corolla. Oh, let me get the shovel here. That sounds bad, but my dad had an accident with a Corolla in a parking lot at the apartment he lived in, and he fired the thing up, and you had to have your foot on the brake to put it in gear. And next thing we know, we're all looking out the window, and he slammed across the parking lot, and he slammed into two cars, and they didn't want to throw him out of the apartment complex. They were afraid he was getting old and losing his mind. I'd found out that the cars, people were having problems with them, like the floor mats and stuff like that. So anyway, he took his car back to Toyota, and we kept following it. They said there was no problem with the Lexus and the Toyota, but then it got crazy. I mean, a California highway patrol mechanic called in with a telephone call. He had a Lexus that was like 120 mile an hour. He burned the brakes out. He had the ignition switch off, he said, and he had the car in neutral, and it wouldn't slow down. So that's, you know, systemic problems that this guy claimed before he got killed, and his whole family got killed. But that's what people have claimed. They say a brake light flashes on and off and systemic problems arise. Well, anyway, NASA looked at it. NASA said, no way, can't happen. There's no possible, you know, way. It didn't take long before so many people were killed, or so many machines were destroyed, so many accidents. The Attorney General stepped in, and Toyota paid $1 billion. They paid $1 billion to people who had these problems, and my dad missed out on the money. But anyway, there's class actions. Everybody got their money. My point is this: while we're looking at a 1980s Snapper or GTS or whatever, the fuel can run without a spark plug wire attached. Crazy, right? The fuel injected cars that have had the problems, you turn the key off and everything's supposed to shut down. The fuel injection doesn't pump fuel. The cars come out of gear. I mean, you name it, you turn it off, it's shutting down. The car ain't going anywhere. These people are saying what sounds like, if you believe them, what sounds like a software problem or something is just making the cars run like anything with the anti-lock brakes fighting your foot on the brake pedal. NASA didn't figure something in when they said impossible from what they had seen, and it's something they don't know about, but the generation before them did. In the 1970s, they had built a NASA hot engine or hot efficiency Navy engine. They knew about everything I'm about to do right now. This thing's got pump gas in it. It's got two-stroke oil. It's got a touch of corn oil to treat the car, well, to treat the fuel system. It's actually kind of almost fuel injected, but it's a different setup I have on it for the ethanol. But it's like gravity fuel injection, but that's really complicated to talk about. But anyway, let me start it up. Let me run it. It's 50 degrees out, 53 degrees out. We run it for a couple of seconds. It was doing immediately, but over 70 degrees. I mean, this thing will cut the whole grass with the spark plug wire unhooked. Okay, it sounds impossible. Let me show you, and I'll show you the Suzuki that I made that actually does this on the highway at 50 degrees, above 50 degrees, 4-stroke at 70 miles an hour. All right, let me show you this. We got spark plug, and we got to start it. fuck them, right? That's what it's doing. Is it's the ethanol. There's 10% ethanol in the gas, and when the spark plug gets warm enough, the ethanol will ignite from the temperature of the engine and the temperature of the spark plug, and when it does that, you hear the thing take off. The thing takes off with more power than it makes otherwise with the spark plug attached. All right, I don't want to take up, well, I guess people watching the video. Here's my Suzuki. My Suzuki does this. I ported the head. I was pretty sure I could do it. I could get the temperature to the exhaust valve. Took my time, and I had to wait till almost April because spring didn't hit here in New Jersey. Here's my crap. But I popped the motor in the 1100. This bike I was running, this freaking bike was like 100 mile an hour in the 8th mile in second gear with a stock 1100 motor. But anyway, that's a Katana 600 motor in a 90, in an oil-cooled 1100. But I had to wait till almost April to take this thing out. I ported the head. I got heads everywhere. I ported the head up, and sure enough, it's 70 miles an hour with the angle, the floor angle. It's just the way the air shoots across the intake and exhaust valve. With 14 millimeter plugs at 70 miles an hour, keeps running. It just sits there with traffic. Above 70, at a high enough temperature, the thing is surely going to bolt on all 4 cylinders. But same thing when you hit on ethanol. When the ignition is coming on ethanol, you feel the surge with the ignition off. But it's crazy. Can't happen, they say. It can't happen can't happen in the cars. That's really to say it can't happen unless somebody has it set up where the plugs are hot enough, and they have a program in the computers to jam that stuff, to jam the throttle open and set up a path to the evap or the gas tank. But anyway, thank you for watching, and take care.